Charles is with us in Austin, Texas. Hi, Charles. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I'm debt free. I have about $3 million, and I'm curious if that's enough to comfortably retire.
Well, it should be. It's a lot of money. Well done.
Thank you.
How old are you?
58.
Okay. Well, we have to define comfortably, and we have to define what you're going to do with this money, because obviously you're not stupid or you wouldn't have ended up with $3 million. But if you suddenly grew stupid, you could get rid of the $3 million real quickly and not retire, right?
Correct.
So, if you had it reasonably invested and lived on that income, obviously you could retire. So if it were me, I would have put that in good growth stock mutual funds, making 11 or 12% and lived off of about 10 or less, which means I would have somewhere around $250,000, $300,000 a year to live on. I think I could struggle through. And the money would never, the principal would never deplete substantially during that time, and I could do that in perpetuation. If you can do that, then you're going to be just fine. If you want to put it in CDs and make 2%, well, you're going to have to live on very little while your $3 million sits there and deteriorates in its purchasing power.
Right. I put about $2 million into the market, and then I kept like $1 million off to the side just in case everything goes to heck and back. I can either add to it or leave that towards other investments, real estate, because that's how I made my money, was real estate.
I'd probably put it in real estate then.
Okay.
Instead of sidelining $1 million. Because let's just say $1 million makes 10%. That's $100,000 a year you're losing sidelining it.
Right.
So I wouldn't want to sideline $100,000. I was sidelining some of it. But I feel like, if one of the things goes really badly, I think the other one's probably going to be okay. And generally speaking, I would say real estate is a less risky investment overall. But you're a real estate guy. Would you agree with that, Charles?
Yeah, I absolutely would. But it's also, it takes a lot of your time and a lot of your effort.
Yes, and that's extra hassle factor.
I just exited.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
I owned. I've done flips. I've done. I sold an apartment building. That's where my main thing came in.
Wow, good for you. But if you were managing it yourself, it was a super high hassle. But if you outsourced the management or hired somebody to manage it for you under your direction, either one, you'd be fine. So it all comes down to, the answer to your question is, can I retire on $3 million? Yes, if you invest it and live off of what the investment creates without touching the $3 million, you're ready.
Okay.
So,
okay. And great job.
So
what do you need a year to live on?
Thank you. We've been living the whole time on like 50 to 60.
Okay.
The entire time while building this.
Well, $100,000 is, what is that? Is that 3% on $3 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. So surely to God, son, you can do that.
Yeah, as long as everything doesn't come crashing down. I'm not, I haven't been in the market a long time. I've never.
If everything comes crashing down to the point that you're only making 3% on your investments, we got bigger problems than $3 million are going to solve.
True. Well, I've got 2 kids though too that I got to still put through college and pay for weddings and all that kind of thing. So that's kind of my, intrepidation of.
Unless you're dropping $1 million on that stuff, that doesn't even matter.
Okay.
I mean, what are you going to spend on all that? You should be able to. Again, you should make this money create 8 or 10%, and you got a $300,000 a year income to do something with. If you live out of 100 and spend the rest of it on your kids, you're still going to be okay.
Yeah, I think you just need to plan for it. It feels like I hear a lot of unknowns in your voice, and there's a couple unknowns, like whatever you decide to spend on these weddings or college. Just put a number to it, put it on paper, talk to your kids about it, whatever that plan looks like. And then all the other unknowns of like if the market crashes and all that, that's just fear. That's just, we could sit here and run what if scenarios all day, but we're going to go based on facts. And the fact is, you've got $3 million. which is enough to live on and pay for weddings and colleges, and you just stand on that. You stand on the truth of those numbers, make a plan for the numbers, and then let that give you the confidence that you need versus running these doomsday scenarios, because you're in a great position.
So, wait a minute. I got to stay with this a second because this is okay. How old are you?
58.
You told me that. Okay. So you did real estate deals for how many years?
Gosh, since I bought my first house when I was 22.
Okay.
And
so
buying and selling
so we're about the same age and about the same deal. Okay, except I went broke in between. But but the point is, if the point is, you need to get some real estate stuff going because you have a much higher comfort zone. Comfort level with real estate than you do the stock market because you know it. You got 40 years worth of knowing, and you know it inside and out. You're not going to fret if you've got some of this money invested in real estate, and you need to pick some real estate that's not as high hassle factor. The highest hassle factor in the world is a freaking apartment complex. Buy something where they just send you checks. It's commercial real estate. I've got a couple of retail centers, and I've got a couple of office buildings. And they bring me almost no drama. I got 5 houses that bring me more drama than all the other freaking $100 million worth of stuff put together. You know, so you can go get some low drama real estate, and that's going to let you calm down.
That's a really good insight. That's a really good point.
You know,
because he knows that he's done it for 40 years.
The reason he's fretting is he moved everything from what he knows to something he doesn't know.
Yeah, no, that's a really good insight.